Welcome to the monthly night sky tour for July 2025. This month we'll take a look at the changing daylight hours, the phases of the moon, which planets are visible, the key summer constellations, how to spot the Milky Way, when to catch the International Space Station flying overhead, and even a glimpse at the very first Perseid meteors of the year. Sounds good? Let's dive in. Hey, I'm late. Yeah, sometimes I am being late, but most of the times I just like to stay late at night. After the summer solstice last month, the nights are finally getting longer again. Yay! That's a great news for us, astronomy lovers. In July, we start with early sunrises around 4:30, shifting to about 5:30 by the end of the month. Sunsets begin at 21:30 at the start of July, moving earlier to 21 by the end of July. These times are based on the central UK, and the time variance for the southern and northern regions is shown in a table with the red and blue colors. This month, we will still enjoy longer daylight hours, ranging from about 17 hours in the far north to around 15 hours in the south by the end of the month. Although the nights are getting longer, astronomical nights doesn't occur for the most of the month. Southern regions regain full darkness from around the 14th of July, while the central UK has to wait until the 27th for the first half an hour of truly dark skies, extending to almost 2 hours by the end of the month. Unfortunately, it's not the best news for the stargazers from northern regions, as their first astronomical night won't arrive until August. But don't worry, Noctilucent clouds will still be visible, putting a beautiful neon display across the twilight sky. As I mentioned in the last month video, keep an eye on my social media for an alerts that I post when they appear. Links in the description. Now, moving on to the moon, it welcomes July with very first quarter phase on the early evening of 2nd June. On its journey towards full moon, it will pass close to Spica on the 3rd of July, with a chance of occultation visible from parts of southern Argentina and Chile. On 7th July, the moon will pass near Antares, before reaching full illumination on the evening of 10th July. We are still in a period of low moon altitude, meaning the moon stays relatively low above the horizon during the night. This creates a noticeably atmospheric glow around it. And for photographers, it's a great opportunity to capture full moon low above interesting foreground, such as buildings, trees or landscapes. After the full moon, the lunar phase begins to wane, with a conjunction with Saturn on the 16th July, followed by the last quarter on the 18th July. Perfect timing for deep sky observations as astronomical darkness returns to central and southern UK. On 20th July, the moon will pass close to the Pleiades, but unfortunately, this will occur during the daylight for the UK and most of the Europe. However, it might be a spectacular views for observers from North and South America, where the moon will occult with Pleiades. Still, even for us in the UK, during the morning hours of 20th and 21st of July, the moon and Pleiades will form a beautiful pairing in the twilight sky. On the morning of 22nd of July, a crescent moon will appear near Venus and Jupiter, which are now returning to the morning sky. There will be an even closer conjunction between the moon and Jupiter at the same morning. Definitely worth getting up early for this. The new moon occurs on the evening of 24th July, after which the moon starts waxing again, leading to the close meeting with Mars on the evening of 28th July. While the days are longer and the evening and morning skies are often washed out by the sunlight glow, it's not the best time to observe planets close to the horizon. This is why I will be skipping Mars and Mercury in this video. Venus continues to decorate the morning sky as a bright, unmistakable star. You simply can't miss it. It will sit around 15 to 20 degrees above the eastern horizon, glowing brilliantly. A highlight comes to the morning of the 21st and 22nd of July, when crescent moon will appear right next to the Venus, creating a stunning and delicate view. Definitely one for photographers. July also marks Jupiter's return to the morning sky. At the start of the month, it will be a challenging target, sitting very low above the horizon and deep in a sunrise glow. But after 20th of July, it will start climbing higher, reaching around 10 degrees above the horizon and visible against the darker sky. On the morning of the 23rd of July, we'll be treated to the beautiful conjunction between Jupiter and a 3% crescent moon. And for Saturn, not much has changed since last month, and that's a good sign. It's now in its best visibility for the year, high above the horizon in the morning sky. This is also better time to observe its rings, which have recently been more edge-on from our point of view, but are now opening back up slightly. On the 16th of July, the moon will pass close to Saturn, and throughout the month, Saturn will remain very close to Neptune, a fantastic pairing to observe throughout binoculars or a telescope. And just a reminder, all of the data in this video is based on the central UK, so timings and position on the sky may vary depending on your location. For the most accurate view from where you are, I recommend checking the Stellarium app. Now, let's take a look at the constellations for this month. Some constellations from last month are still visible and well placed in the night sky, including Ophiuchus, Hercules and Lyra. If you would like a deeper dive into this, make sure to check out my June Sky Tour video where I cover them in more details. This month our focus shifts towards some of the best summer constellations, especially those high in the evening sky. Cygnus is one of the most recognizable summer constellations, flying right through the rich star fields of the Milky Way. Its brightest star is Deneb, which forms the corner of the famous summer triangle. Cygnus is the home of the North American Nebula and the Veil Nebula, which are more accessible for astrophotographers, but you can still spot a few star clusters through basic astronomy equipment or binoculars. Following the summer triangle, we'll land at the next bright star, Altair, the heart of Aquila, the Eagle. Aquila doesn't hold many bright deep sky objects, but if you look deeper with binoculars or telescope, the Milky Way background offers some beautiful dense star fields and a few faint clusters. While it's not the most dramatic constellation, it still rewards the patient observer. Delphinus is a small but delightful constellation, and one of the easiest to recognize among the smaller star patterns. It sits just east of Aquila and looks like a tight diamond or kite shape with a little tail, resembling a leaping dolphin. It works especially well against the Milky Way background, even though it doesn't contain any bright deep sky objects. These constellations are perfect for anyone learning the night sky, whether you are spotting a simple star patterns with a naked eye, sweeping the Milky Way with binoculars, or hunting for deep sky objects through a telescope. July is a fantastic time to enjoy Milky Way. From dark locations, the bright central region of our galaxy is now perfectly placed in the southern sky. The Milky Way arcs across the sky from southeast to northwest, passing right through the constellations Scorpius, Sagittarius, Aquila, Cygnus and Cassiopeia. In the UK, we are starting July with improving visibility of the International Space Station, a huge space laboratory orbiting over 400 kilometers above Earth, where astronauts conduct science experiments in microgravity. Thanks to the shallow angle of the Sun below the horizon during summer, the ISS is illuminated for longer, allowing us to see multiple passes on one night. Every day the visibility will be improving, including 4 visible passes per night between 5th and 9th July. When the visibility will start decreasing. While the famous Perseid meteor shower is still a few weeks away from its peaks in August, the first Perseid meteors do start appearing from around 17th of July onwards. Activity is still low at this point, maybe a few meteors per hour, but it's always worth watching out for early Perseids, especially under dark skies later in this month. And that wraps up our tour of the night sky for the July 2025. If you found this helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel and share with anyone who might enjoy it. If you have any questions or if you spot anything cool this month, let me know in the comments or join the community over the Facebook and Instagram. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching and as always, clear skies!